The following contents in this video demonstrate the first model of the revolutionary Smart Rest brand, brought to you by Eagleye Hunting Gear. Since the introduction of the rifle, the art of sharpshooting focused primarily on precision. Now, Eagleye Hunting Gear bring you the Nitro Force SR01. Following the Maxbox range, designers at Eagleye HG had a new goal in mind: to create a gun rest of the highest order. The revolutionary Nitro Force features a lightweight, corrosion-proof anodized alloy frame which is built to last. Tension-controlled lateral range. Vertical range supported by dual-loaded nitro pistons in opposing directions, creating zero force, thus enjoying smooth control where it counts. Also featuring handy fasteners, the Nitro Force needs no tools to operate. Arms and parts are easily interchangeable to suit individual shooters. Optional rubber-coated magnetic feet give farmers the advantage over pests while working the fields, holding steady to speeds of up to 62 miles per hour. The Nitro Force has been specially engineered for precise shooting and is used for quick action readjustment to accurately take out multiple targets at great distances. The pivoting and swiveling portable gun rest boasts unrivaled control and accuracy. The masterfully engineered Nitro Force truly is the world's smartest gun rest.
I'm Dave Fent, and welcome to my world. Hunting and fishing are a way of life for me. It's an experience that connects us all to the natural world. Hunting isn't about the size of the animal, but more about the adventure, mateship, and journey along the way. Join me for another Aussie hunting adventure.
G'day hunters, welcome back to Sporting Shooter TV. Today we're going to take you hunting with black belts. Not black belt fighters, but these black belts. It's a new harness system from Eagleye Hunting Gear. It's very cleverly designed and it does a bunch of things, including carrying a whole lot of ammo. Come for a walk with me, I'll show you what else you can get out of it. There are four main components to the system. The first one is the Commando ammo belt. It's the centre of the whole setup. There's a gun saddle, the safety harness, and a very clever sling that has an extra bit on it to tie it all together. The Commando ammo belt holds ammunition in both of its detachable shoulder harnesses as well as around your waist on the main belt. A rifle shooter can carry 52 rounds of ammo, a shotgun shooter 32 cartridges. That's enough for competition, for professionals, and of course plenty for hunting. The padded gun saddle has a solid frame and it's perfectly shaped with a nice curve to fit around your hip. The idea is you slide it over your belt and then you can sit your rifle or your shotgun in it. It'll sit there horizontally, hands-free, even when you're walking along. If you want to change your pace, you can stick it vertically, rest it in there, and carry your rifle like that. The ability to hold a shotgun on your hip like this is absolutely spot on. It's right there, ready when you need it. A broken shotgun will rest very comfortably in the saddle. This ability to sit the rifle vertically in the saddle brings the gun sling into play. Its extension clips onto the harness, and once you've got it all locked in there, it will stay there all day. It spreads the load across your hips instead of just on your shoulders, and it's so secure you can ride bikes, climb out of utes, do all sorts of things, and it won't go anywhere. Even if it does come out of the saddle, it's clipped to your harness. As for keeping you secure, that's where the safety harness comes in. And we know it's dangerous riding around at the back of utes, but with this thing looped around the sports bar or roll bar of the ute, clipped onto your belt, and adjusted up tight, it'll hold you secure. When you're caught off guard, you're not going to fall out of the ute. But when you do want to get out, it takes half a second and you're gone. The vehicle grade buckle on the Commando belt and the aircraft style one on the safety belt will not let go. We do recommend you use it only as a safety net. Hold onto the sports bar. If that saves you once, it saves you enough. The whole system is really good. The black belt's design is great for rifles, for shotguns. It's great for walking around, it's great for riding around. It keeps your gun safe and it keeps you safe. Some of the components can be used individually, but it works best as a single unit with the whole lot put together. Check out the Eagleye Hunting Gear website for more info.
I'm Dave Fent, and welcome to my world. Hunting and fishing are a way of life for me. It's an experience that connects us all to the natural world. Hunting isn't about the size of the animal, but more about the adventure, mateship and journey along the way. Join me for another Aussie hunting adventure. Love your rifle but hate getting dings and scratches when out in the bush? I'm Dave Fent, host and producer of Aussie Hunting Adventures TV. Today we're going to take a look at the Bokeh Shield gun cover, brought to you by the team from Eagleye Hunting Gear. Well, the Bokeh Shield gun cover is the ultimate protection for your rifle. A well-designed neoprene cover which slips on and off your rifle or shotgun quickly and easily. The Bokeh Shield has been designed to stretch over your firearm, and the non-slip backing means it grips firm. Available in the camouflage design, the Bokeh Shield outweighs the traditional camo tape in ease of use and removal, as well as the added protection it provides. Forget about the sticky residue left behind from camo tapes. The Bokeh Shield can be removed and reused as often as you like, and is interchangeable between your rifles and shotguns. We all take care when cleaning and storing our firearms at home, so why not use the simplest and most effective way to take care of them in the bush. Now, the Bokeh Shield are available in a variety of different models, including a right and left-handed bolt action, varmint stock, shotgun, including over and under, single barrel and side by side. So now let's take a quick look on how to fit up the Bokeh Shield. Now there's just one little trick to when you put it on. Basically we'll put the barrel through the forearm part here. We'll come down our stock just a little bit, and now what we want to do from here is we want to invert it. So we want to turn it inside out. Now I can do this quite easily and quickly, just running it back up a couple of times there. I want to just get a start on the end of the stock here, and all I want to do is just run the Bokeh Shield back down the rifle. From here I just slip the Bokeh Shield under my scope, and we've got a nice clean fit, protection all the way up to the end of my barrel. Put the butt section into the back here, get a nice, good, firm, tight fit. Quite easy from here. All we have to do is just velcro it up, make sure it's nice and tight. Now the other thing that you can also get, especially with a stainless barrel like this one, now we can put on the Bokeh Shield barrel cover. The Bokeh Shield doesn't affect my grip at all. I can still hold on quite well, and it's quite comfy. The stock and barrel are well protected. Now whether you're hunting deer in the high country or ducks out on the swamps, the Bokeh Shield gun cover is the only way to protect your firearm. Now it's simple, it's light, it's tough, and it's going to keep your firearms in tip-top condition for many years to come. I'm Dave Fent, and welcome to my world. Hunting and fishing are a way of life for me. It's an experience that connects us all to the natural world. Hunting isn't about the size of the animal, but more about the adventure, mateship and journey along the way. Join me for another Aussie hunting adventure.
G'day shooters, welcome back to Sporting Shooter TV. Today we're going to talk to you about this, the Door Pro. Now it's brought to you by the same people who designed the Max Box, a unique foam and magnetic rifle rest that's designed for use on the bench or on the car. The Door Pro, as its name implies, is a bit different. This time, this one's designed to help you shoot off the door of your car. The Door Pro is made up of 3 pieces. The top of it, like the Max Box, has got channels, a wide one and a narrow one, so you can rest your rifle in there no matter what the stock size, it'll hold in there nice and firmly. You can also reverse it, so if you've got a narrow stock you can have it on the right or the left, same with the wide stock. The base of it's a steel plate, and that sticks to the magnets that are in the base of the Door Pro. They're really firm, that'll stay on your car at 90 k's an hour. The second part is simply a spacer. It's designed to either raise or lower your rifle. So when you're sitting in the car, you work out your comfortable height. If you want the rifle a bit higher, you put this in. If you want it lower, you just take this out and put it somewhere else. The base of it, just a U-shape that slots over the door. There are magnets on the inside on both sides, so it grips on there nicely and it's never going to come off your door. It's flexible, so it'll fit just about any door. And actually one thing that this does, this spacer, is it will also sit in there. So if you've got, say, an old Land Cruiser 45 series or something like that, it'll sit on that door just as easily. Like the Max box being made of foam, the Door Pro is great for sticking bullets into. You just poke them in wherever you want and that'll hold them for you. You can drive around with the bullets in there and they won't fall out, and it's a great benefit for safety because you never need to have a bullet in the rifle while it's in the car. It also slides up and down and adjusts very quickly and easily. Being magnetic, you just slide it along, no problems at all. Of course, the Door Pro isn't limited to just use out the driver's side window. You can use it out the passenger window, the rear windows, anywhere that suits. As a rest when you're out hunting, the Door Pro works really well. You get a good steady place to put your rifle and you're able to take nice long shots and guarantee a hit. This goat was a good 250 metres or so away. We watched it till we got a clear shot. And nailed him. When the shooting's over, or you just want to put the window up because the weather's bad or something, the Door Pro comes off, folds up and stores away in about 2 seconds flat. That's great, very convenient. So as you can see, the Door Pro is a great little device. It's really simple, really effective. Frankly, like the Max box, I don't know why they didn't think of this years ago. It's such an obvious idea when you think about it, but the detail I've put into it's really good. The fact that it's got the levels, the different widths, all that sort of stuff, it's great. Because it's light, it's easy to carry around with you. Because there's no metal bits and the magnets are all covered, it's not going to damage the paintwork of your car. You don't have to bolt anything onto the car. You don't have to do much at all. Just wind your window down, slide it over the top, start shooting. When you're finished, pull it off, pack it up and away you go. Fantastic little device. And if you like the Max box and you've got a reason to shoot out of your car, I reckon you'll love this one. It's a good thing.
I'm Dave Fent and welcome to my world. Hunting and fishing are a way of life for me. It's an experience that connects us all to the natural world. Hunting isn't about the size of the animal, but more about the adventure, mateship and journey along the way. Join me for another Aussie hunting adventure.
I've been walking up this riverbank for hundreds of metres now looking for somewhere to cross, and there's nowhere at all. It looks like I'm going to have to get my feet wet. This is perfect frog skin country. No more than waist deep if I go through there. I'll avoid the big hole and then I'll get to the other bank and stay nice and dry. Frog skins are the perfect accessory for anyone who wants to cross rivers while they're out walking around for a few days in the bush. They pack down nice and small and light into their own specially integrated pockets, so they're a lot more convenient and easy to use than traditional heavy and awkward waders. When you know you've got a river crossing coming up, just keep them handy. So let's see how they go. There's a lot of debate about whether you should take your boots off or leave them on when you cross a creek. I'm definitely in favour of leaving them on, but I hate getting wet boots and socks. Frog skins, as you can see, cover your boots, your pants, all the way up to your waist. It's one seal. There's no way water's going to get in. Now, let's hope I made my estimate right and it's not going to go more than waist deep. Well, I just got away with that one, didn't I? It's weird walking in the frog skins. The water makes them hug tight around your legs. They're not buoyant, they don't fill with air. The water pushes the air out, so it's very easy to walk in them. There's no real resistance at all. In fact, it's easier than walking with normal pants on. Use frog skins when you're bushwalking, boating, camping, fishing, prawning, four-wheel driving. I wish I'd had them when this had happened. Anything where there's water to wade. And there we go. Nice and easy and still dry on the inside. All I've got to do now is whip them off, pack them away, and we'll keep trekking. And there we go, nice and dry.
I'm Dave Fent and welcome to my world. Hunting and fishing are a way of life for me. It's an experience that connects us all to the natural world. Hunting isn't about the size of the animal, but more about the adventure, mateship and journey along the way. Join me for another Aussie hunting adventure.
Welcome back to Sporting Shooter TV, where we've been out spotlighting and we've been using this little device. It's Magforce's magnetic spotlight stand and it simplifies your spotlighting no end. It also has a number of secondary uses. It'll double as a work light stand, it'll hold your camera, all sorts of things we'll show you. It's such a versatile thing because you can swing your light and pivot it in all directions while it's mounted on the roof of your ute, but then pick the light up in a second and wield your spotlight as if there was no base on it whatsoever. As soon as you get onto your target, put the light down, make sure your beam's on target. If you need to make a last minute adjustment, just adjust the light quickly, it takes only a moment, and then your shot's on. The other trick is that once your shot has been taken and your target's down, leave the light on it, you can go walking through and find it no trouble whatsoever. No more stumbling around in the dark wondering where your animal went. The MagForce mounts to any spotlight that has a thread in its handle. Whether it be light force, tracer, power beam, they all fit. In fact, if you have an old power beam without a thread, take it into your dealer, they've got a handle upgrade. The swivel is a simple ball joint that's tensioned. Slack it off and it'll move easily, tighten it up and the spotlight holds steady. Loosen the lock bolt off slightly and you'll have resistance to your movement, so it's stiff but firm. The neodymium or rare earth magnet is powerful. It takes a little bit of effort to lift up, but it holds it firmly. Eagleye does not recommend you drive with this on the roof without somebody there to hold it, but it is possible to at least adjust your car's position with your spotlight on the roof. The flexibility of mounting and angles means that you can use your spotlight as a work light in the back of the ute at night, for example, or even under the bonnet if something goes wrong. Even simple tasks like reloading are much easier in the dark thanks to the MagForce. The MagForce is supplied with 2 thread sizes, one that fits cameras. You can also use the base as a GoPro mount, for example, so that you can film all those hero shots of yourself out in the bush. Of course, in its primary role as a magnetic spotlight holder, the MagForce excels. This small, light and clever device does exactly what it claims. The magnet's very strong, the ball joint is really convenient, the other uses add value. It's truly a bright idea.
I'm Dave Fent, and welcome to my world. Hunting and fishing are a way of life for me. It's an experience that connects us all to the natural world. Hunting isn't about the size of the animal, but more about the adventure, mateship and journey along the way. Join me for another Aussie hunting adventure.
We're going to talk to you today about this. It's called a Max Box. It's an Australian invention and we're pretty impressed by it. That's not actually the Max Box, that's just the box it comes in. This is the Max Box. It's a rifle rest and a very clever one. The Max Box has a heap of good tricks up its sleeve, not least of which is the fact that it's got magnets in it. It stays stuck to the roof of your car up to about 70 k's an hour, maybe even more, making it really good out in the field. But that's not all it'll do. Now there's at least 4 different ways you can use the Max Box, and we'll show you them all in a second, but in brief, you can use it on the bench here, you can use it instead of a bipod, you can use it across the car, and you can also use it on the bench when you're out shooting nice little groups. Now you can see that there's 2 different size cutouts here, and 2 different heights. So you can basically put any rifle, a fat one or a skinny one, at a higher spot or a lower spot. So it's going to fit you and your gun pretty nicely. You can use it to store your ammo in. 7mm Rem mag, just punch it in. Want to use 308? Punch in a 308 size hole. Want to use 223? Punch in your 223 ammo. You can even, if you push a bit harder, put rimfire in. Those little round noses take a bit more pressing though. Now being made of high density foam, the Max Box is pretty much indestructible. You can do anything you like with it and it's not going to hurt it. Chuck it in the back of the ute, put it in your backpack, anything like that, not a problem. It's also impervious to solvents apparently, and having dripped a few cleaning fluids from cleaning the rifles on it, yeah, there's no damage to that at all. I think it'll last. The magnets are glued in place, so they won't come out. Not really much can go wrong at all. Out in the field, the Max Box is very handy. It does stay stuck to the roof of the car, and yet at the same time, you can quite easily pivot it, slide it to readjust things, get it to exactly where you want it to be, very quickly and very intuitively, so it makes your shot nice and quick as well. Stay. We gave the Max Box a thorough run on the roof of the car. We went forward driving, lumps, bumps, bit of speed, the whole lot. It stayed put, didn't budge an inch. We also came across a good mob of goats while we were up there, and there was a good billy amongst them as well. Now this would be a great shot to test the Max Box as a rifle rest. 275 metres, downhill, not quite a perfect angle off the car. How would it go? And you've got to be happy with that. On the bench, we've been able to shoot some nice tight little groups with the Max Box, as good as we could with any other kind of rest. This is where that little ammo holder idea comes in very handy, makes it very convenient. As far as shooting goes, just treat it like any other rest. And of course, as we said, once you've finished all your shooting, you can come inside, stick the Max Box down, put your rifle in it, and away you go with the cleaning. So the final verdict on the Max box, well, we reckon it's a good thing. As you saw, it does do all of those things that it's meant to do. It'll be useful out in the field, it'll be useful here in the workshop, it'll be useful down at the range. It's simple, it's light, it's cheap, it's tough. Can't go wrong with it really, and it's going to cost you a lot less money than buying all of the other bits and pieces that you might want to rest your rifle on.
I'm Dave Fent, and welcome to my world. Hunting and fishing are a way of life for me. It's an experience that connects us all to the natural world. Hunting isn't about the size of the animal, but more about the adventure, mateship and journey along the way. Join me for another Aussie hunting adventure.